We're drilling today. As you can see, I don't have a marker on that side. The guy was supposed to have all the pieces for it and ended up not having all the pieces for it. But I do have a marker out on that side, so that's nice. I actually kind of like this drill so far. It takes a little bit to get it all turned around, and that's one thing. You know, I just got to get used to that. That's not a big deal. I think my tractor hydraulics might be getting a little warm, or maybe I'm just a little. I know I'm a little low on fluid, but this drill is taking a while to pick up, and I've adjusted my flow rate and everything on the SCV that it's on, and it was doing fine yesterday, and it was doing fine this morning. So I don't know, maybe my pump's a little weak. I really don't know at this point, but yeah, that's kind of what's going on. We're planting triticale, or it's number 348 through Eastern Colorado Seeds, which is other companies call it Slick Trick. It's a real high producing triticale for spring. It produces a tremendous amount of tonnage for chopping, or you can hay it, which with the corn silage I bought, I may hay part of it, and I may chop part of it. I don't know. I haven't made up my mind. We'll see what happens next May. That's when I'll know. Is May or June? Probably the middle of May. I'll know what I'm gonna do. But until then, I'm gonna plant it and graze the piss out of it, and we'll go from there. But we're finally getting seed in the ground. We're late. It's I got the little pivot planted, and I got water on it, or it's watering right now. Now I'm on the 65 acre circle, whatever the hell it is, and my dad is currently disking the 120 acre circle as I'm planting this. So that is what I'm doing. We got the drill, freaking text messages. We got the drill set up. It's gonna need some work. It's gonna need all new grease lines, because it has grease banks to the coulters for part of it, and then you have to grease the coulter bearings themselves, and then it's gonna need all new grease lines for that. And then it may need just some new coulter units, because like the bolts have worn that keep the springs straight, and I don't know, I'll maybe just need new bolts, but it's gonna need a little bit more work than I thought it was going to. But the really good thing about this drill is it's if I put the work into this drill and the money into this drill, then it's going to be like new, like brand new. I'm going to have to put a wiring harness on it, that's for sure. The wiring is terrible. I may just do this. I'm going to sit you up here. So, yeah, the wiring is a joke on this thing. It's, got left outside. Come on, lift, baby, lift. So yeah, that's one issue we're facing. But thankfully I have a dryland crop on this side, so I can just turn it around out of here. But the main thing on there is the coulter springs, where they attach and all that fun stuff. It just puts a lot of pressure on them. But get this drill in I'm definitely will not bother me to spend the money on this drill. See if my video is still playing. It is. So we're gonna spend the money on this drill and get it in really good shape. I should make sure I have seat. We'll actually go out. I'll just take you with me. So we're gonna make sure we keep this drill in good shape. It's a little deep right now, but our soil's soft, but we're just packing her in there. Yeah, we're getting close to. That's why it looks like it's empty. I had a video of me going over this thing, but I haven't put it up. I've got a lot of videos I have not put up. I have a lot of videos I have not put up. I stopped my leak, kind of. Got a little leak there. Okay, so my phone mounts in the swather. I have no clutch right now, so that sucks. But it was just the snap ring on the edge of the clutch where it connects to the transmission. For the cable, came off. I sure shit don't have one, and we've been too busy to stop. We actually just cannot stop. We've got to keep going. But we'll put you here for a little bit. I don't know. This is gonna be a terrible video. I'm sorry. Maybe I'll just hold it. But yeah, so my other drill, I don't think I ever made a video of it. I have a 5200 Case IH or Case International. That's when it was JI Case. That it's the bottom end's worn out. The drill's in good shape except for where the row units are they're kind of junk. Most of the press wheels are junk. I'm starting to have bearings go out on the openers, and where the row units attach to like the pivot point, they're all shot, and that thing's just a mess. And so I didn't pay much for the drill. I put more into the drill than I paid for it. It's really like that, but I needed a no-till drill for what I want to do. Like the big thing with this drill is I want to go in like May 15th or sometime, and if even maybe a little, just depending, if I hay it, then I'll get regrowth on triticale like crazy. It'll drive you up the wall if you don't want it to, if you don't want the regrowth. But I want to be able to go in and no-till hay grazer straight into whatever's there. Or I want to be able to, the other big thing that I really want to do is, like the hay grazer, if we cut it off, like now, if we cut it off, the last week of August and baled it up, you're going to get regrowth on that hay grazer until the end of September. So that stuff's going to get maybe like a foot tall. It just depends on your weather. But if you go in and no-till wheat straight into that, then we have dry matter for our calves on the wheat. And golly, I should just get my video camera, but then you have dry matter and all that fun stuff. But I just want to take a little video of all that fun stuff. I'm not gonna have a marker for like 2 weeks, which I'm gonna be done probably tomorrow planting for the year. But the guy said he had one, and I guess his hired hand hit something and threw it away, so he wouldn't find out. I don't know. But what the guy did, he's like, he called up a dealer and he just ordered it, and he's like, yeah, I'm just gonna buy it for you and go and see whatever else parts on that marker that you need and just order them from them. So that was a good deal. But so I think the drill is going to be a really good thing for me and the operation and kind of where we want to go with it, because as you can see, this ground, there's no cover, and we actually had to disc this twice, and that other circle. We disced everything twice, so we lose all of our moisture, and the only moisture we get, that we can rely on is irrigation, and that just costs shit tons of money, which, that's where we live, and if we don't want to spend it, then we shouldn't be farming. But yeah, and if we could not disc the ground and lose all our moisture, then that would be really, really good for us, and just cheap. It just saves us lots of money. But I'm coming up to a fence, so I'm gonna cut this video short, and yeah, I gotta get this big old girl turned around. So thanks for watching. Hope you enjoy the channel. Comment, rate, subscribe. Talk to you later. Well, the wheat is planted, all but the little strip where the pivot was sitting. Now I gotta go cover that. It's been moving out of the way. So right now I'm doing my where I was turning around, which I already did one when I first started, so I really don't need this one, but just in case and there's any oopses. But I'll pick this up and go and do the end, or where the pivot was, and then go take it to the house and unhook it. I won't fold it up because I have a blown hydraulic line on the fold part of it, so I can't fold it up right now. But when I gotta fix that, I'll fix that here in probably a week or so. Get it where I can get it all folded up and cleaned up and put under a shed or in that hanger, and I'll put it there. That's keep this thing out of the weather, because it's got so many hydraulic hoses on it. Just be better just to keep it out of the weather, the sun, I guess. And it's got the wiring harnesses and all that fun stuff, and the drill's weathered. But I don't know whether I'm going to work on it this year or this fall or not. I may not, just that way I don't have to buy the parts. I need to pick this drill up, so you're gonna have to deal with my thumb in the camera. And because I probably won't use this thing again until May. I know I'm gonna plant some hay grazer next year, so and parts for this thing are not cheap, and that's just pretty much the only reason why I wouldn't fix it now. Is just I'll put the parts on it that I do have, get that done, but go through all those Coulter springs that there's a bunch of bushings worn out on those where they're attached. So like that's the big thing on it, is getting that done. But for right now, I don't need to spend the money on it. I will need to spend the money on it next year. And if I get some time, I will do it. Just kind of get it all ready to go. That way I can pull it out of the barn and plant with it and be done. And that's kind of the big thing. Just get it where I can just go straight into the field and do what I need to do. But it's a big girl. I thought about putting a fertilizer tank on it, but since I can put liquid fertilizer down with the pivots as soon as the seed's in the ground or before the seed's in the ground, then I don't really need to do an in-furrow treatment. But I got a question on what I would be planting with this drill from a guy who's got a YouTube channel. Really like his channel. And what I'm going to use this drill for is we seem to be switching. If this year works out, we're going to switch mainly to wheat. And then, but I can use it for oats. And I got a text message from somebody who's not wanting to talk to me. But, so we're going to do mainly wheat. And when I switch back to oats, we'll be doing oats with it. And hay grazer. And really the big thing, the biggest thing for no-till will be the hay grazer and the wheat, because I want to no-till wheat I want to no-till wheat into hay grazer stubble in the fall. That way I get a little regrowth on my hay grazer and have some dry matter for the cattle. And I want to no-till hay grazer into wheat after I silage it or I cut it or I'm going to graze it out, and that way I still have something standing. But the other things I may plant, if grain sorghum ever gets where it's worth anything, I may do that. Very, very doubtful that I'll do it, but I may do that. I may get a wild hair up my ass and just do that. The other things that I may plant, I could use this for alfalfa, which I will use it for alfalfa when I replant my alfalfa stands. I mean, you could plant corn with this thing if you wanted to. It wouldn't be all nice and pretty, but I mean, you could do it. I wouldn't do it because I don't have the water for corn, and corn's not worth anything. There really isn't. So I gotta do all this fun stuff. I'm going around my pivot here. Okay. See, I'm just going along, putting all kinds of wear on my coulters. But yeah, so that's the other big thing. He asked if I was going to plant grass. We don't really plant grass for irrigated ground, but I do have a lot of rangeland, like a lot of rangeland compared to farm ground. And my big thing is I have an old grass drill, but it doesn't really work to go plant pastures with it. But this thing has coulters on it, and it's got depth control and seed firmers and all that fun stuff. And I've got some spots out in my pastures that I would really, really like to get some grass on, to where it didn't come back from the drought, or we had a weed move in or something. And so I've got a really like big well, I won't say that, but I really want to use this to try to plant some grass seed. I'll have to and I think I can get by using the big box. I'm pretty sure I can. I know you can put an agitator in there. I'd probably try to not do that, but yeah, so I want to do that because I got some spots on the ranch that I want to seed grass in. The other thing is if I run out of water, which, you know, who knows, it's a really good possibility, then I will plant this pivot back to grass. This is the one I just took out. And so yeah, if I run out of water, then this thing will go back to grass and it'll just go back into production for cows. But we wanted wheat pasture, and so we're gonna do wheat pasture for a while. And if it works, it works. If it doesn't, well, then it doesn't. But yeah, that's the big thing there. That's kind of one of the reasons why I really wanted a no-till drill is the big thing is I'm gonna have to rip this circle like really, really heavily. I need to rip all my circles, but I need to get this thing broke up where, you know, I don't have compaction layers or anything. But then I know a guy who's got a crop roller, and I don't know if my electric clutches work on this thing or not, but I'm using them for while I'm just moving it around. So what I'm gonna do is I'm not gonna plant hay grazer for hay on this circle next year. I'm gonna plant hay grazer for hay on the 70-acre circle and probably the little 15-acre deal, but I will come in on this circle and plant hay grazer and here's the thing, I don't know if I can get it ripped beforehand, and I may do that. I'll plant hay grazer at like 10 pounds the acre or 15 pounds the acre, you know, like dry land. I'll water it a couple of times and just let it come up, and if we get rain and it gets really tall or something, I'll probably just roll it, have that guy come in and roll it and just completely lay it flat on the ground and then no-till wheat into it, and that way I'm starting to get ground cover or something. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I can play with this thing and find out, but yeah, so that's what's going on there. I got that pivot over there's running. I can't switch the camera. Got part of it watering another part, and then we'll start watering this circle Thursday, I believe, is when this circle will come online. I need to re-nozzle it. I got more water than what it's nozzled for. So yeah, that's kind of what's going on. I am done with wheat, so I can go on with my life. And we did get our hay baling job. We ended up not chopping the whole circle, so I sent my dad there today with a hay rake, and he got it all raked, and it's still super wet on the bottom. And we're gonna take the balers there tomorrow, even though there's no way we'll be able to bale tomorrow, but we're gonna take them anyway. And then, yeah, that's kind of what we're doing. That's the big plan, I guess. I still gotta cut my alfalfa. I have been a terrible alfalfa grower this year. Just absolutely terrible at it. I finally got I'm gonna have a nice crop, and I'm gonna merge it with the new swather, and so now that I have a nice fancy camera, which I'm not using right now, and a tripod, I'm gonna get some good videos of the 9870 cutting alfalfa, you know, and merging it together, because I think the mergers are just cool, but that's me. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this, and you will definitely be seeing a lot more of that drill, a lot more, you're going to see a lot of maintenance videos of that drill before you see it go into a field again, and be seeing a lot more of the 7810 tractor, because now we're transitioning from farming into cattle work, and that's everyone's starting to, you know, do harvest on YouTube. We're gonna start doing cattle work on YouTube. I've got probably we'll be done with the majority of the hay work within a week if we don't get rained out over there, and I'll have one cutting alfalfa. I may have another half cutting after that, or I may just not cut it. I don't know. But that'll be that for farming. We'll be done with farming after that. And so then we will go in, I've got a week's worth of paperwork to do. I've got got to do some government paperwork, and for some NRCS programs I'm in. And then once that is done and turned in, then it'll be all cattle work and all grow yard from now until, man, it'll be all cattle work until next May, which is fine with me because I don't think I can handle any more stress of farming. I think I've probably got an ulcer in my stomach the size of a grapefruit. And my heart hasn't exploded yet, but so now I've got to deal with the sad realities of what our cattle market has done. So this video has been long enough. I will get back to you.